Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. There's a lot going on this week. Probably the headliner is going to be the FOMC meeting, right? I say this because it's the headliner, but I don't think that's the most important thing. I don't think that the rates are going to change this week. I think they'll wait, right? This week, we also have the consumer price index data coming out for May. We've got the producer price index data coming out for May. We've got the consumer sentiment report or sentiment index coming out. We also have the OPEC meeting. I think the OPEC meeting is also going to have a lot of impact. So those are the key points of this week. And three of them happen on Wednesday: CPI, PPI, and FOMC. I don't think there's enough data right now for the FOMC to do anything, right? I think that's going to be a very big deal. And the reason why is because if you just don't have enough data, you can't just change the rate for the sake of changing the rate, right? Because that could lead into a big problem. So the easiest case or the best case scenario for Powell is to leave everything alone for right now. Let it rock until like July, August, September timeframe. Why? Because by that time, you will have had enough data possibly to move you in either direction. And it would be just in time for that important day in November. Just saying. So that's kind of where my head is at. I'm kind of banking there's not going to be a change. It would be too soon to shoot the shot. In my humble opinion, way too soon to shoot that interest rate drop shot. Then you have big news. You had a number of breaches this week or over the weekend. You had CoinGecko have their email, third-party email system compromised last week. We're talking millions of records. I think it was like 1.9 million or something like that. They used one of the accounts to send 23,000 emails to other accounts, and I'm just like, whoa. So CoinGecko is investigating that. Then you had OKX and Polkadot come out and say, not Polkadot, I'm sorry, OKX and Binance say they had issues via their SMS system. It seemed like a concerted attack by a gang. And I'm sitting back and I'm just going, yeah, that sounds about right. And, they're investigating, they're owning up to it. One thing about CoinGecko is that they said, well, if it's found to be our fault, we will take responsibility. What do you mean if? If it was your third-party vendor systems that were compromised, it's still your fault. Why? Because it's your third-party vendor. When was the last time you audited them? Like, we'd have to show that. So there's at least some kind of fault, if not initial or indirect, right? Because you choose your vendors and that's how that works. And you can't do everything. You can't look at CoinGecko and be like, oh, they can do everything. They can't. You don't have an IT team that can do everything you possibly need. You're going to outsource in some way. But that requires you to actually audit and, constantly stay on top of those third-party vendors. And that's not easy either. The fact that they're investigating and trying to root it all out says that they are on the right path, and I appreciate that. I just think they could have said that a little bit better. Hey, because they're showing that they're taking responsibility. Now I need them to actually, just say it. Say it better. Say it that, yeah, no. If we know that we bear at least some part of the blame, we're trying to figure out how much, and we really just want to fix this for our customers. Boom, that was the statement. What else is going on? Polkadot. Polkadot is making big inroads in the real world tokenization space. They have a number of projects launched on Polkadot to go after tokenization. Here's the thing though. When you hear about other blockchains being involved in tokenization and settlements or anything having to do with institutional investment or larger financial institutions, what do you hear? You don't hear that there's some project doing it. You hear that it's the actual blockchain that's being used. So this to me is very interesting because you have several different projects out there that are looking to build their business model on tokenization. And let me tell you something. I'm not saying this to be negative. I'm actually saying it to be positive. Tokenization is such a huge space, huge, that you can actually sit there and go, there's enough room for a lot of projects out there. Blockchains, projects, there's a lot of room. I mean, last week, Galaxy Digital tokenized the Stradivarius violin. And I'm still in awe over that. Galaxy Digital has been doing a lot. We went into that yesterday. You should check out yesterday's video. Now, what else is there? So when I look at tokenization, I'm sitting back and I'm going, so each one of these small projects is trying to get out there with tokenization. Eddie, why do you think there's so much space in tokenization? In the United States, let's look at real estate. You have so many different places within the real estate space where you can tokenize things. Title searches, insurance, just ownership, all kinds of things that can be tokenized right there. All kinds of things. In shipping, that's another space. Basically logistics. That's another place where you can actually have tokenization happen. You have so many different spots where you don't think about, some sort of tokenization that could happen. Blockchain technology in general could be implemented, right? But specifically tokenization. Anything where ownership switches hands, any place where physical, ownership changes hands. I'm just saying, there are a lot of places where you just, off the top of your head, you wouldn't be able to name them. But then you sit down and you think about it and you're like, wow, it is everywhere. Like I keep telling people, there's not going to be one coin that's going to handle all of the transactions that are out there. There's not going to be one blockchain that's going to handle all of the settlements that are out there, all the tokenization that's out there. You're going to have a lot of projects, a lot of different platforms, a lot of different blockchains that are going to be involved. That's why I'm sitting back and I'm saying, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for projects and blockchain technology companies that are out there that actually know what they're doing to actually make really good money in that space. There's a lot of infrastructure being built around it. There's a lot of capability being built around it. There's a lot of security that would go into it. Imagine how much time it would save just flipping real estate. You own a house, you want to sell the house, you want to buy a house. Title search takes a long time and it's really expensive. You would bring things down to like almost nothing in cost comparatively. Which is why I sit back and I just go, yeah, I'm all for this tokenization thing. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. Key communications, voting. So many different aspects that could happen. Settlements for banks, settlements for cross-border transactions. The amount of money, the amount of time that would be saved is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. That's why Jenny Johnson, CEO of Franklin Templeton, is out there saying she thinks that tokenization is going to be everywhere and blockchain will be it. Settlements, tokenization, those are going to be huge places for financial organizations. So I'm paying attention to that. So Polkadot is now throwing its hat in the ring with these projects. Paying attention. Do I have a bag of Polkadot? No, I do not. No. I do not. Not at all. Should I? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like, Polkadot was never high on my list. There were other projects or other blockchains that I was kind of like, yeah, I'd buy those coins. But Polkadot has been really gaining steam and is making me stop and think, hey, that could be a viable option to fit into my portfolio. Because that's how I have to weigh it. When I was creating my portfolio, I just weighed other coins and they won. Polkadot didn't win, but it was considered. Will I reconsider Polkadot? And the answer is yes. It's absolutely yes. Will I get some Polkadot? Maybe. I can even probably say most likely. I just have to weigh a couple of other projects because, again, for me, it's a matter of what projects are going to give me the most amount of upside? And Polkadot's looking like it's going to give me some good upside. So we need to look into that. With OKX and Binance looking into their SMS breaches, CoinGecko looking into its third-party email service breaches, I'm just sitting back and I'm going, security is a very big deal. Security is a very big deal. Excuse me. It would be nice if there were a couple of companies you could buy into that specialized in it that were public. Crypto is not going to remain a crypto-only space. It's going to be crypto and stocks, or crypto and direct investment. That's what I'm looking for. Because there are a couple of companies that I'm like, oh yeah, I'd invest in them. I would absolutely invest in them. From a security perspective, I would absolutely invest in them. Absolutely. Did you know Verizon is actually the world's largest internet security company? I believe that's still true. It was true a couple of years ago, and I think it's still true. They are the biggest when it comes to that space. Something else that really caught my attention. Charles Hoskinson. I've been asking for some positive news. I've been asking for some hype around Cardano, and I finally got it. Charles Hoskinson came out and was talking about his 10-year journey and his team's 10-year journey with Cardano, and they're almost there. They are nearing the finish line. And they're talking about entering their Voltaire phase. And I'm sitting back and I'm all for it. All for it. He started talking about, the different advantages that there are. Over 10,000 members of its DAO that are out there going to be able to make decisions. All of the things that will come to that blockchain that don't exist right now on other blockchains. I am all for it. Hutanic, did you hear that? I told you I was all about Cardano. It's just that they were boring me because they don't move. They don't move because they're working on big things, like really big things. I think other projects are going to have to turn around and look at Cardano and kind of say, whoa, wait a minute. Where did that come from? That's going to be the big deal. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, yeah, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I'm all about it. Because how could you look at this blockchain and not think that it's going to make moves? Now, it popped yesterday in terms of numbers. As a matter of fact, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. So let me move on over. Let me put down the notes. There you go. And like I said, this week, you've got a lot of things coming out. Wednesday is a very big day. CPI numbers come out on Wednesday. You have the FOMC interest rate meeting happening on Wednesday. You've got PPI coming out on Thursday. Where's OPEC? I forgot what day OPEC is going to be on, but OPEC's meeting happens this week as well. Those are very big deals. On the crypto, on this consumer, on the fear and greed index, we're at 72. We were at 75 last week. I'm not worried about it. I think that's all going to come back. I mean, think about this. Last month, we were at 53. Just saying. That's where we were for a day. DeFi Llama, we're at $130 billion in total value locked. Not bad to be maintaining in the 130 mark. Hey, Stitch. Hey, boy. Yeah, that's my dog. Likes to come and say hello. Sit. Good boy. You can only see a little bit of him on camera. Sorry about that. Then you have, look at this. This is insane. My mark is at $69,355, and we're literally just towing that line right now. We took a dip, and we're just towing that line. That's insane. When you talk about consolidation, I think we're going to be going up this week. I think everybody's gearing for anticipated news, right? Everything that's happening this week, I think there's a certain level of anticipation. And when everything happens, everybody's going to breathe easy, and I think things are going to take off. That's what I'm thinking this week. I'm feeling very positive about this week. What's happening on the big board is you see certain things are down. BNB chain is down. I have no idea who that is. That's Ordinals. Don't care. Ordinals, and that one's BSV. Don't care. Care about BCH, care about BNB. Ethereum is down to 3683. To me, that's a buying opportunity. To me, that's a serious buying opportunity. Filecoin took it big on the nose right there. Notcoin up a lot. Trading. That's what that is. It's actual trading. Ton is up a little bit, but it's maintaining a higher low. So I'm liking how they're establishing $7 as their low. Definitely like that. SHIB is up just a tad. I need SHIB to be at like 25, 26. That's where I need SHIB to be. That's really where I need SHIB to be. Pepe grew a little bit, but not by much. Same thing with everybody else. Again, I'm using the all-time high numbers to get into altcoins, right? So if I believe in an altcoin, then I start looking at, well, what's their all-time high? I prioritize all-time highs within certain, industry spaces within crypto, and that's how I'm making my investments. If you're looking across the board from a numeric perspective, numbers only, you can see things are starting to go a little bit green, but not much. Kind of just moving sideways right now. And that's kind of what I expect. It's kind of what I expect until news hits. So we'll move sideways unless there's bad news. We're going to continue to move sideways until the news actually hits, and that's when I'm expecting some positive movement. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I don't want to keep you too long. I hope you have a great day. If you have questions, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll know every time we drop a new video, as well as hit growmybag.tv, because that's the social media platform that we're really on, and that's where all the articles are, and that's where all the interactions happen. Have a good one. Bye-bye.